Welcome back to the Blazor Puzzle. This is episode number 86. I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext, and that's Jeff Fritz from Microsoft, my friend. Hey, Jeff.
How do, Carl? It's the end of July, and you know what that means?
Yeah, you're getting ready for some conf.
Yeah.
What is it?
.NET Conf planning season has begun.
Very good.
And call for content's going to open any day now.
I hope we're going to submit a Blazor Puzzle session because that was fun.
That was fun. We'll see what we can do there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. November and .NET 10.
.NET 10.
Yeah.
Long-term release, LTS.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, let's get right into our puzzle today. Roll it. All right. We have a .NET 9 Blazor web app with global WebAssembly interactivity. And we're attempting to call an API endpoint, passing a login string that includes a backslash. It only works locally if we escape the backslash, but it doesn't work in production on Azure in an Azure web app. So quite simply, how do we fix it so that it works both locally and in production? As you can see, we're just trying it without any kind of escaping or anything. We're getting a not found. So let's dive in and I'll show you what this app really does.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing I did is I turned off pre-rendering in app.razor by setting the render mode to new interactive WebAssembly render mode false, which is the pre-render tag parameter. Then I enabled controllers in the server app in program. So builder services add controllers, app.map controllers. Now we can have an API controller. In the client, because I'm going to call that server, I configure an HTTP client with the base address. No big deal. And here's our controller. So we're taking two parameters. One is that login string that's got a backslash in it. Yeah. And then the second one is just another parameter. And if everything's fine, we're returning OK with the content test successful, with the values that it received for login and another parameter. Now, here's how we're calling it.
Okay.
All right. So we have an HTTP client injected.
Sure.
Got a button to call the API.
All
little
right.
status code that we're going to show up here.
And
here's the login. My domain / my user.
Now, there's a double backslash there to escape it because it's a C# string, and backslash sets up escape characters like carriage return, new line. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, this should work, right?
I've seen browsers get confused on / direction.
Yes. And I think that's what's going on here.
Okay.
Is that because this backslash is in here, the API controller route gets confused. It doesn't like it. So here's a solution that works locally, but not in production in Azure. So if we say escape data string and the login, then it basically turns this into, web-friendly, URL-friendly characters, right?
Yep.
And that actually works locally. So it's running locally, and I get a successful test.
Okay.
And it actually received the correct string with the backslash and all that stuff. Okay. That's not the problem. The problem is when we deploy it to Azure, and this actually came from a customer of mine who are as baffled as our listeners are now. Why doesn't it work in production in an Azure web app? Well, first of all, let's just verify that it doesn't work in an Azure web app. We've created one here, and we're just going to go publish. All right, so now you can see this is running in Azure, right? Puzzle86.azurewebsites.net. Don't try to hit it now because it's gone. And when I call it, not found. Now, we didn't change any of the code from what was working locally, but it turns out that the Azure Web App somehow is recoding, unencoding the URL before it gets to the API. And so that is the problem. And we need to know how to make this work in production. So
it's easy. Just fix it.
Yeah, just fix it. Well, if you want to know the answer, just stick around for a few seconds. We'll be right back with it. But if you want to try to figure it out yourself, hit pause or come back when you're ready, and we'll be here. So we have these two asterisks before login, and we've also removed another parameter from the route, and we've added it as a query parameter. Now, why did we have to do that? First of all, why the double asterisk?
So the double asterisk is it's a greedy indicator. It's saying grab everything from here through the end of the perceived path, all the way up to if there's a question mark in the URL that's requested. So it's the greedy operator here to go get more stuff, but that means you can't have another template, another capture after another somewhere route. Else in the URL.
Yeah. Route template. So that's why we had to change another parameter to a query parameter, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that is the solution there. Let's see how we call it. So we're calling it just a little bit differently. Instead of saying test, /login/ foo, we're using the question mark, another parameter equals foo. Let's try it locally. All right, so local with the new fix. Test successful, my domain, /my user foo. All right, now let's publish it and see if it works in production. Here we go, the final test running in Azure.
Yep.
Boom.
Got it.
Ta-da! This was a tricky one, Jeff, and not so much about Blazor this time, but about how routing in ASP.NET Core controllers works.
And I mean, this is something important for us to know, how you're getting data from your server. You can't just rely on that escape method is going to escape the characters that you're passing back and forth.
Right.
If you can avoid using those URL sensitive characters, the slashes, the dots, don't use them. Don't use them.
Yeah. Very good. Well, that's our puzzle. And if you have a puzzle, whether or not you have a solution, please send it to Jeff and me by email at blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com. And if we use your puzzle, you'll be mentioned and you'll get a mug. It's a fair deal.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Catch you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.